I hope you're all having a good day on this beautiful, beautiful Mother's Day Sunday. I wanted to make this video today because Russian President Vladimir Putin said something quite extraordinary yesterday in a press conference after the Victory Day celebrations that they have in Russia this time of the year. And it has something to do with the borders of our countries, Finland and Russia, and the history. So here's a little info package about the problem that we have with our eastern neighbor and how it has affected our borders and our history.
All right, let's watch a video clip from yesterday's press conference in Moscow. This is after the Victory Day celebrations. Vladimir Putin addresses the media and he talks about Finland and the Finnish NATO membership, and also as he assumes that the reason why Finland joined NATO was a wish to get back the ceded territories, the ones that Soviet Union annexed in the last war, mainly talking about Karelia. Let's listen to what President Putin has to say here.
Все рассчитывали что-то оттяпать у России, что-то хапнуть, извините за простоту выражения. Вот Финляндия зачем вступила в НАТО? У нас что, с Финляндией были какие-то территориальные споры? Нет. Все было давно решено. Ничего не нужно. И руководство Финляндии это прекрасно понимало. Чего в НАТО-то пошли? А в надежде, что здесь у нас все рухнет, а они тут как тут, цап-царап. Значит, вот они уже там границу строят по реке Сестре.
So basically what Putin says here is that Finland is just waiting for a suitable moment when Russia collapses, that it can snatch back its lost territories. In order to understand where President Putin's nightmares come from, we need to go back to the history and to the Russian Empire, because it's really a multi-ethnic construction, maybe the last real colonial power that exists in the world. You can argue about China as well, but anyways, it's a multi-ethnic entity. And here are some old maps, very, very old maps. And if you look into the Finno-Ugric people's sort of place, how they lived in the present day Russia and also in the Nordic area, it's been way bigger than it's today. And here you will see also the different Finno-Ugric peoples that still exist inside Russia. So I think Putin's kind of nightmare is that there's this great Finland idea that we will one day be like one nation with all these minor sort of kins, tribal groups that still exist there, and we want to shift the border because of that. So here's a little bit of background for that kind of thinking, because the Russians themselves obviously have this kind of idea, so they always think that other people must think alike also. Finland got its independence the 6th of December 1917, but because and due to the First World War and the Russian Revolution, there was no proper peace treaty between the Russians and Finland. But 14th of October 1920, in the town of Tartu, which is in the present-day Estonia, the peace treaty was signed, and Finland got its borders, which you can see here in the picture. And they look quite different from today's borders. They or let's put it this way, Finland existed like that all the way up to 1939. And what happened then was obviously the Winter War. And what led to the Winter War is something that the Russians very conveniently always want to forget. The so-called Molotov-Ribbentrop Treaty between Hitler and Stalin. Something that the Russians never want to talk about. They have a very hard time of acknowledging and admitting that they were partners with the National Socialists, Nazis, and even today, I mean, Stalin has gone through some sort of a revival, and some of the Russians consider him to be some sort of a savior and hero. Okay, let's dive fast into the present day. What happened during the war years? Here you can see the first map is during the Continuation War, when Finland regained back its lost territories and even advanced a little bit further in the Soviet Union in order to get secure positions. And that's the map of that area. And then what happens, gradually Finland starts losing the war, obviously fighting all the Allied forces. Americans and the Brits are giving loads of tons and tons of material aid to the Soviet Union. So the Finnish Air Force has to fight both American and also British airplanes. You got air corporals, you got Hurricanes, and obviously, of course, the Soviet planes as well. So it comes unbearable, and at the end of the day, Finland has to make a very heavy truce with the Allied forces and the Soviet Union, losing more than 11% of its territory. And I will show you the map how Finland looks now. So to make a long story short, there's always been a fear in the Russian side that Finland will eventually one day claim back, or wants to have back, the ceded territories, which are, as we call, the lands of Kalevala, where the epic story of the Finns was collected, and so many culturally important things for our people happened. So obviously it was not right to take away those areas from us, especially when you think that the Soviet Union, the Russians, were the aggressor in the big to start with. Always remember the Molotov-Ribbentrop Stalin-Hitler pact, which was the cause of the war. Finland never wanted war with the Soviet Union. It was their decision to attack Finland, and that's where we stand today, unfortunately. But let's see what happens, how things develop. Thanks for watching.